Welcome back. The next thing we're going to do is to allow staff create bookings. So just like I said the other time, let's say for instance, a client, a customer walks into the hotel and doesn't know about the online or knows but didn't have time to do that online. Okay, the staff is there and the staff should be able to log into their account and create a booking for them or book for a room for them. You understand? So how are we going to do that? The first thing we know is we have a template, right? We have a page, we have a create bookings.html. For us to be able to view that on our browser, we're going to create a view for that and also create a URL for that, and we can go to our page and reload the page. We have this, nothing is here. What do I want to put here? I want to put in a form, but for me to start creating that form from scratch, it's going to be a whole lot of time. What I can just do is use the Django forms, the HTML Django forms, right? So I will just go to my forms.py that I created, the forms.py. I'm going to now put in exactly what we did in the my app dot forms.py, in the my app forms.py. What I just did was just to copy what I have here and I pasted it here because it's exactly what it is. Those are the models. Just to refresh our memory, let me go to the forms.py of my staff. What I did, the first thing is to import that model. Is the bookings model we're working with now. The bookings model. But I'm not going to import all because I might want to import for rooms and those other ones. So now I'll create a class called booking form. That's just the name of the form, right? And it is inherited from forms.model form. Because I already said forms allows us to quickly make form versions of our models. So I'm going to call a meta class and call the name of the model, the fields I want to use, where I'm using all, and the widgets for each of those fields, where it's a dictionary, where the name is the key is the name of the field, and this is just the widgets in front of it. That we understand that very well. Now, the next thing I will do is to go to my views.py, and this is where I will start. So I'm going to call a variable. Let me just say I'm going to call a variable booking is equals to bookings. Now I'm going to import that form into this place. So I've already imported booking form because that's the form I want to use. Booking is equals to what? Booking form. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to pass a context variable to hold my dictionary. So I'm going to say context is equals to a dictionary where the key is going to be booking and the value also will now be the value will be the value of this form will be booking. Then I'm passing my context variable as my third parameter here. And I'm going to save that. Then I'm going to go back to, because it's my this create bookings.html that I'm going to be working with. So I'm just going to put a double curly braces to display and call the key of my context dictionary, and I'm going to call booking. And when I go back to refresh my page, I can see my form as easy as that. The next thing I want to do is now actually allow the staff put in things here and save it, and we'll be able to view it on our bookings page, right? So I'm going to go back here. Okay, I've set method to post. I'm going to go back to my views, and I'm going to write the if statement that is okay. If method, if request dot method, if request dot method is equals to post, that is as the user submitted, right? Then we're just going to take this into here. Let me remove the space. Then booking is equals to that booking form. I'm going to say request dot post. Then we're now going to say if the booking, everything in there dot is valid. If it is valid, we're now going to save. exactly what we did before. Booking dot save. Then we're just going to put an else statement for in case if the user hasn't even submitted anything. Because without that, we're going to get an error. We're just going to say booking is equals to the form. They just show them the form if they've not yet submitted. Press click the submit button. Now we're going to go back to our now when we save, I'm just going to let us redirect the user. So we're going to return redirects. We could use a message, you know how we use messages, return redirects, then we're going to call the name, take them to the booking page. Booking, I think it's called bookings. Then let's do that. So I'm going to go back to my create booking the HTML and make sure I pass in the CSRF token. So I'm going to put in CSRF underscore token. I'm going to save that. Yeah. So let's go. Now let me put a name. Let me put Wumi she. Let me put an email address, just any email that comes to my brain right now. Then the check-in time. Let's say the user just came in now. So 23. Checkout time. Just gonna give the next day. Then adults 1, child 1. The room. Let's say the Goldilocks, and message could be blank. We're just gonna save that. Then you can see that we just created a. You can say, oh, I've created a room for you. So that works perfectly well. You can see that it's working. The next thing we're going to do is, let's say for instance, it says like, oh, that's not the room I want. I want this other room. Can you do that? We want to go into the next thing, editing and deleting. Or the user saying, oh my god, I can't stay anymore. Can I? Do you understand? We should be able to delete a bookings and edit a bookings. So that's what we're going to do right away. So looking at this, I just quickly added another um colon action that allow us to edit and delete. So I'm going to write the views for that. So what do we want to do now? What we want to do is we want to be able to edit and delete. So we're going to do that. So we're going to write the view. We're going to start with editing, create a view called edit underscore booking. Then I'm going to pass in request and also return render the request and also the name of the file. Right now I've not created it, but to be in admin slash edit booking dot html. So I'm just going to copy this. I'll go to my admin and create a new file, paste that there. Now I'll go to bookings. What I'll just do in bookings is I'll go to my create bookings and highlight everything, copy everything in create bookings and put that in edit bookings. So I have that here. That's it. So in my edit bookings, I'm also going to have a form, but this form will not come empty. That is, I want to click on this particular booking and to come with the details of that booking so that I can edit which one. It will not come with an empty form. So what we will do is to get that particular booking for, but before I do that, I have to create a URL for this. So I'm going to go to my URLs and create path called edit booking slash then views dot edit underscore bookings and leave the name as equals to edit underscore booking. I can save that. So I'm going to go back to my views and continue. So what I want to do now is to go to my URL. What I want to do now is allow the when you click on edit, it takes you to a particular form, right? So what I'm going to do is just the same way. I'm going to say if request dot method is equals to post, then we are going to booking this be equals to request dot post is equals to the name of the file, sorry, booking form, then it's going to do what request dot post. But before we can do that, we need what booking are we going to be editing? As when I click on edit, it should edit this particular client's booking. I cannot click on Oshi's booking and it will open Mayowa's bookings. So that is not going to happen. So what I'm going to do is to first get that element, first get that particular booking. So I'm going to say single underscore booking. Let me just call it that. How do we do that? If you remember when you were creating data sets, we're going to say the name of the table, booking dot object dot get, and get takes a parameter. Now we're going to give call this, let's say, room underscore id. Then we're going to say get where the id is equals to room underscore id, or to make it more, let's say book underscore id, booking underscore id. I'm also going to call this booking underscore id, booking underscore id, and that means I'm getting where the id gets that booking, where the id of that booking is equals to whatever is passed in here. So that means I'm going to now give this my form another argument called instance. We have dealt with class instances, and yes, so we're going to pass an instance, and the instance is going to be the single booking that we put here. Then we're going to check if booking dot is valid. Every other thing that we've been doing before, I'm just going to copy this whole thing, because now if booking is valid, save, redirect user back to this page, else just show them the form. Now because I've already passed the parameter to my form, to my views, my URL expects an argument. So I'm going to go back to my URL and I'm going to put in the argument here. Doing this str, I'm calling the argument should be what, the booking underscore id, close that slash booking, and that should work that way. So after doing that, the next thing I have to do is to do the URL mapping, the URL when we're doing with our templates, navigating through URL. I'm going to go back to my templates, edit booking, no, my bookings template. Now when the user clicks on this particular edit or delete, the href, where should it take them to? It should take them to where we're going to put in URL, then the name of the app and the name of the URL. So I'm going to say staff colon, the name of the URL, edit underscore booking, and it expects an argument. So since we'll be using book to loop through, that's the variable. So I'm going to say book dot id. I'm going to save that. So we're going to come back here and we're going to refresh the page. No error, no anything. Now if I over on edit, can we see the bottom? Yeah, it's showing us edit booking one. Now, who does order? This is person that just booked, or she just booked. So I'm going to, maybe this person that wrote book said, okay, you know what? I don't want Odogu Deluxe. I want something better, something more sophisticated. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Edit, right? It should take me here. It should take me to this page. But as we can see here, we don't have that form in here. That is why we're going to go back to our views and we're going to put in our context dictionary. Call it booking, and the value is going to be the booking here. So booking, I'm going to save that. I'm going to go back to my edit booking and I'm going to, yes, everything works well. Okay, and I'm going to load the page. So let me go back to where I'm coming from. So when I click edit, it will take me to this page. So I'm going to also go back to my views and I'm going to pass in that instance here. So you can see that we saw that that was empty, but because we didn't pass in the instance, so instance is equals to single booking. That is, gets me a form that has the, so I'm going to refresh my page and I'm going to see this. I can see everything about you. And it's like, okay, this Odogu Deluxe, please let me change it to senior luxury. And I go back and I save and I go back and it is what, senior luxury. So that is as simple as that. For deleting is simpler. So what you just have to do for deleting is also to create a view, but this is way simple. We create delete underscore booking, put in request, then we're going to return, we're going to just say, we're just going to get the property. So I'm just going to call back this, or I'm just going to put first a parameter, say booking underscore ID. Now I'm just going to get the parameter. I could use get object of for, right? You know that. So I'm just going to say single property, single booking is equals to booking, the name of the table, booking dot object dot get. We're getting, or a object, we're getting where the ID is equals to that booking ID. Then when we get it, we're going to just say single booking dot delete. Then we're going to just redirect the user probably and just return redirect. We're going to redirect the user back to their booking page. I'll say again, and we can save that. But we also have to create a URL for that. Just like how you created for the edit bookings, we're going to create also for the delete bookings. What we just have to do is just change this to delete bookings. So I'm going to just edit that. Then the name will be delete booking. I'm going to save that. Then I will go back to my bookings form where I have that delete and I'll just put in the URL in the delete href. And I put that, put the curly braces and the percentage passing URL, call the name of the app and the name of the URL, that is staff, then delete booking, then I'm going to then pass in the ID, book dot ID. I'm going to save that. So now I can refresh this page. Now I want to delete this booking here, this one up here. I can just delete it. And we have deleted that. So that's, we've looked at the creating a booking, creating booking for a room. Why do I keep saying creating a booking? Booking for a room, editing that reservation, deleting a particular bookings that you make, and I hope you understood. I hope you enjoyed the video. We're already rounding up, and See you in the next video.